I'm Phil, co-founder of Cybersecurity Hub and AttackForge. Welcome to Tutorial07. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to use Teams to connect to people. Teams allows you to collaborate further on AttackForge. You can share and pull together your team's knowledge to create powerful synergies and comprehensive libraries and methodologies. This will help you to combine your hard work and avoid reinventing the wheel. As an example, you can combine your vulnerability libraries and test suites to save you time and effort on your next project. Teams are great if you're a Pentest team or a collaborative group of freelancers. You can access the Teams module by clicking on My Team from the navigation menu. You can start by adding a person to your team by clicking Invite Person to My Team. Simply include the user's email address which they have registered on AttackForge and click Submit. They will receive an email notification informing them that you would like to add them on your team. Also, please make sure you have their consent before you invite them. As you can see, I've already invited my friend Joe Pentester. Now as Joe, he'll see my request after I've invited him to join my team. When he accesses the My Team module, he can then choose to connect with me or to remain disconnected. If he does not select connect, then we cannot connect, as it requires both persons to consent. Also, consent can be withdrawn at any time by either person. So once Joe is connected with me, like so, he can then adjust the level of access that he would like to give me for his vulnerability library and his test suites. By default, it's set to hidden, which means even though we're connected, Joe and I aren't sharing anything at this point. However, for this demo, Joe is going to give me full edit access to both his vulnerability library and his test suites. Now back as me. If we refresh, we'll see that we're now connected with Joe and that we now have edit access to Joe's vulnerability library as well as his test suites. So if we click on vulnerability library and click on My Team vulnerability library, we'll see that we now have access to Joe's issues. Considering Joe's given us edit access, we also have the ability to edit this vulnerability. However, back as Joe, if he decides to then change my access to view, then you'll see that I no longer have the ability to edit this vulnerability. I can only use it on my projects and view it. Now, if Joe decides that he no longer wants to share his vulnerability library, he can select hidden. And you'll see that I no longer have access to Joe's vulnerabilities. The same goes for test suites. Now, considering Joe's already given us edit access to his test suites, if I access the test suite builder module and then click on My Team test suites, I can see Joe's test suite. And if I click on it, I can see all the information about that test suite. And considering Joe's given me edit access, I can add new test cases, or I can go ahead and edit this test suite. Note, edit access for either test suites or vulnerability library doesn't give you permission to delete. Only the owner who created those vulnerabilities and those test suites have the permission to delete them. However, if I go to create a new project now, we'll see that Joe's awesome web app Pentest test suite is now available for me to use. So there you have it. It's easy to do. You can collaborate further with your team on AttackForge. Let us know what you think in the comments. And we have other Teams functionality coming soon, so make sure you subscribe to our channel for updates.